Hello everybody, this is Maniac4Bricks, and for those who haven't been around on the channel for a long time, I've actually had a history of Lego stop-motion animations, or attempting some stop-motion animations back in the early days of 13 Hammer Times 62, the original name of the channel. So I wanted to share with you today the table read of the script for one of the animations that never fully made it all the way through. It's funny because the basic story of it is August of 2013. I was making an animation while working one of my earlier part-time jobs. I was at a STEM place, and we already used Lego and had stop-motion classes, and I still had a whole lot of time in between things to set things up or prep for the other classes. And I thought, oh, I might as well try to make something on my own, try to make a sketch pretty much from nothing. Most of the time, if I did any stop motion before that, it would have had some kind of script to it based on something else that already exists. I have a playlist. I think I still have the playlist on my YouTube channel unlisted of things I wanted to animate in Lego stop motion that were from gaming, from other channels that I watched, from basically other media in general. So this was something brand new, like completely original. I came up with everything for it on my own and animated it. And most of it was done. It was using the laptops and webcams that they had at the facility, not my personal ones. So the footage was always going to be on there. And if I recall correctly, I think the program was Sam Animation, which was just a standard that we used for any of those classes. The animation was nearly done. I remember voicing all the characters for it. It probably didn't have much difference in the voice between the 2 or almost 3 characters it had in this one. And then I recorded a video from my iPod or something else, maybe even just my phone. I don't know if it was a smartphone by that point. That would basically just do the behind the scenes, showing what the whole scene was like and describing what the animation was going to be like and all this kind of stuff. The behind the scenes is the only part of it that exists. The rest of it does not exist anymore, unfortunately. Because it was on another laptop, it wasn't my personal laptop or anything like that, I wasn't able to retrieve the file. I don't even remember if it fully rendered or anything like that, but I wasn't able to export it. I wasn't able to take it from there, put it into my YouTube channel, and have it as a full stop motion. So there's very little of it that still exists. The behind the scenes and the script, which I will share with you today. I don't think I've ever shared the script before, so this is kind of brand new, and I'm doing this as a table read. So basically giving a rough idea as to what it's going to sound like, but still could have improved from there, or, try to explain a little bit of what's going on with it because I don't have it visually to share here. So I'm going to pull this up from my email, and it is dated August 20th, August 13th, 2013. And there's also a couple footnotes in here. I'll explain a few things as we go through. So, Brick Film Baseball New Guy. I think the official title for it was The New Guy. Characters: Mark, Bob, and Wade. Wade being the new guy, and a mascot. So Mark, Bob, and Wade, I borrowed those names because at the time I was watching Markiplier, and I didn't know of Bob and Wade having their own channels outside of that, but I always watched the collaborations and enjoyed those, along with Mark's, Let's Play stuff on his own. So I borrowed those names for these characters. I may or may not have tried to voice them similar to the people, but I don't know. I don't remember too far if I tried actually doing those impressions or if I just kind of scrapped that. Setting: baseball field, and the script itself. So Bob says, "Mark, catch," and basically the animation would show them side by side. Wait, I'm still in frame, right? No, I'm not. Okay, there we go. There I am. So basically the animation would show them side by side with some trees and park in the background, and a little bit of the baseball field off to the sides of it, and basically the ball hopping back and forth between them. I had fun with that animation of it, which basically was I wasn't even using fishing wire. I just decided, oh, it's so low to the ground, it's not flying up in the air and constantly. I might as well just have like a couple transparent pieces that just follow the ball underneath it, um, as they're catching back and forth. So Mark, catch. That was too easy, but you can't catch this. So I'm guessing there was a bit of variation with them. I got it. Hey Bob, did you hear about the new guy? Who, you mean Wade? Yeah, have you seen him play? Only a few times. Why? He's been on the team for a few days and he can't even catch the ball. Really? Well, I've seen him start to run for it. Yeah, but he never gets there in time. It almost looks like he's not even moving. Come on, Mark. Don't be so hard on Wade. He just joined the team after all. Maybe he needs to feel more comfortable as a new guy. Yeah, I guess. But it would help if he would wear the right uniform. Just look at him. So, in all that animation, it still has the ball going back and forth, sometimes a little bit closer look at Mark or Bob in any of the given dialogue. But it basically cuts from here, from this rough frame, to a whole nother frame, still in the baseball field, and the basically the joke of it is that these are, Bob and Mark are minifigures. Wade is like a standee, almost like those army soldier men where they have like a little plastic piece to stand them up, and it's just like one, mold of plastic, all in one color, one static pose to it. You can't move their arms or legs or anything like that. That's Wade. That's literally just cutting to that and showing like, oh, this is why they're a little bit frustrated with the new guy. So looking at Wade, still I think he's better than our team mascot. Again, cuts back over to another part of the baseball park, baseball field, and this was before the Lego brick costume figures. So I actually had a regular minifigure with like a bracket piece on the front of him to hold a stud, and then just had a plate or something in front of that. And most of the baseball outfits for Bob and Mark were the stackers, like baseball figure from collectible minifigures. So that, everyone having like a blue and gray kind of outfit, except for Wade, because it was just a red one color all the way through for the whole figure. I don't even know if I still have the mascot made, but I could probably remake it if I really needed to. There's a blue jay outside. Cool. So I think he's better than our team mascot. Cuts over to him, and the mascot is kind of cheering. So stack, oof, and he like trips and falls over. And Mark just says, "Oh, of course." That's basically it. I guess the animation itself would have been a minute, maybe two tops, but still an interesting idea. I don't know if it's something that actually still holds up, if it's something that would actually, if I reanimated it, if I did everything else again, and try to improve on it, if the joke still works of it being a new guy and the gossip that goes with it, but cutting to him and actually being not a minifigure. When I talked about this on my 9th anniversary live stream with Ray, aka Funny Figs, he thought that the punchline of the new guy was going to be a Mega Bloks figure, and that kind of makes more sense in the Lego world of that kind of joke. I figured it would be more interesting that it's a completely other toy. But he also postulated the idea of, oh, maybe it's an actual human, or something even more, abstract than that. Again, leaning out of the toy realm of it. So again, I have no idea if I will actually make another version of this and release that. I think it would just be a fun idea, or like, hey, I've had this and try to, revive it in some way, but I don't know. I've had a lot of stop motion ideas that either had this kind of, it went into scripting, it had some things going, like actually built and animated, but not fully realized, or some of it where it didn't even leave the planning stage. Like, it didn't even have a script or anything. but maybe some things built. So I don't know. It's fun that I had an era of stop motion, and even though it was very amateur, it was still something that I was happy to explore. And that's one thing I can definitely say about the earlier years of Maniac for Bricks, aka 13 Hammer Time 62, aka Maniac for Lego for a little bit there, is that I got to explore. I didn't just stick to one thing that I was doing all the time. I was trying different kinds of things between the animation or reviews or historical videos or something like that. Even if they weren't of great quality back then, even for 2012, 2013 standards, I was happy to dip my toes in and see what happens. So let me know in the comments what you thought about that. It was an interesting thing to come back to. I literally never read this for years and years, so I remember the animation, but I didn't remember exactly how the script was. And I don't think it had any other revisions after that. This was at a time where I was writing it on my iPod, and my iPod was synced with my email. So any changes that I made on the Notes tab would also send another email to the, something I could access later on the computer if I wanted to. So that was August 20th. There's another email in here that shows October 16th. It doesn't look like anything else has changed with it. Maybe there was a punctuation change or something very minor, because all the script looks the same. Yeah, but at least it didn't just die that day. It still had some importance to me later to look at it again. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll talk to you later. And if you do want to see the other stop motions that I did make, there should be a playlist down in the description somewhere on the screen or so of what I made back in the day, whether or not they actually went far. Take care.